Live from New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show.
The kids have come to play today. You won't believe what I'm about to tell you. With all due respect, have several seats. My girls are always turned out. I give it to you straight, no chaser.
Now, here's Wendy.
Thank you for watching our show. Say hello to my co-host, my studio audience. Fantastic. How you doing? I'm doing great. Come on now, it's time for Hot Topics. Thank you. Oh, you guys, too kind. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, I love you more. The thing is that if you're gonna do the Wendy, you gotta be on the beat. There was half Wendy over here and then half D over there. It was weird. Anyway, welcome. Thank you very much for watching today. Well, Adele is a winner! Her highly anticipated new album, 25, sold a record-breaking 2.3 million copies in just 3 days. Now, let me put this in perspective for you. 3 days, 2.6 million albums. This is like 1988 when people actually bought music. In 2015, people don't buy music. So it's really difficult for these artists to make money off selling their actual album. That's what they tour for. The touring is where the money is. So Adele, you took down Beyonce and Taylor Swift in 3 days. Yeah, no. That's a fact. And she also scared off Rihanna. Remember last week? Well, do you remember last week, or maybe it was the week before, I was telling you that Rihanna's album was supposed to come out the same day as Adele's. But Rihanna got nervous, allegedly, and decided she didn't want to compete with Adele because people were highly anticipating after getting a tease from Adele. So Rihanna said, no, I'll pull back and my album will come out, another week when I can take down whoever the competition is. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. Adele is different than other pop stars. Like, even though her music is depressing, and, but I was in the club on Friday night. I think it was last Friday night. I don't know, I was in the club recently. I just told you I was in the club. They actually put a under her music. And so I'm listening to Hello, and I'm twerking, but because of the lyrics, crying at the same time. I mean, the thing with Adele is that Adele is just a throwback to just good music. She, when I say it's not my music, it's not because I don't like Adele, because I do. It's just because I don't like sad love songs. When I turn on music, I want to dip it and do it. That, to me, I don't need a song to remind me of heartbreak from, years gone by. And I don't need a song to remind me of how horrible my day was. You know what I mean? Like I don't need a song. Like I don't need a song to be the soundtrack of my sadness. What I need music for is to lift me up and keep me going. And depending on the music that you like to listen to can really set your day up. Like this morning, a shout out to Mobb Deep. You know. Like I like to listen to hard-driven music when I'm coming in the morning because it sets me up to come here and like spit the hot topics without fear. But Adele, people love her music and it just shows. And Donnie Deutsch is coming out here later on, as you know. What I want to find out from Donnie is something that we were talking about yesterday, which is that Adele only wants to do her music. She does not want to do beauty campaigns. I told you she turned down a $19 million beauty campaign deal. And yeah, like she's not going to be the nail polish girl, the perfume girl, the lingerie girl. She just sings, and I love that. I don't feel as though it's hurting her. I feel as though it makes us respect her even more. But, Donnie is a brand expert, so I would like to ask the expert a little bit later in the show. Here, Casper. Hold my coat. I'm going to dance with Puffy. In my mind, is what Jennifer Lopez said. All right, so apparently there is no bad blood between Jennifer and Puffy. He showed up at the AMA after party that she threw, and they were very flirty. Now, what I love about this picture right here is, even though Jennifer is the picture of perfection, she's got meaty upper arms like most of us. Right? And I mean that in a good way, you know what I mean? Like, she's so perfect, sometimes you try to squint and say, well, what do I have in common with this woman? And then when you see all this armage, you're like, that's it. Like, she's a regular girl. And look, she's giddy and twirling and flirting, and Puffy has a lollipop. And where do you think Casper is during this picture? Probably on the side watching her purse, right? Or holding it. Okay. Everybody calm down. She's not gonna go back to Puffy, in my mind, and here's why. She's already been there. Remember, they drove through 11 traffic lights. Okay, the night of the shootout in the club, when Shine went to jail, and Jennifer was arrested, and even though she's from the Bronx, you know how sometimes, I'm talking to the ladies now. Hi, men, but I'm talking to the ladies. Look, you know how sometimes you think you're such a tough girl, and then that one thing happens that makes you wet your pants and say, oh, hell no, oh, hell no. To me, the night of that club, she wet her pants. Right? They made a groovy couple though while they were together, didn't they? I like them together, but Puffy is just a lot of trouble. And Puffy, I feel like with Jennifer, since that night, she's probably always wanted to pick guys that she can kind of have a hold on. Whereas Puffy is he's like a wild card, And I like Puffy, but I'm talking. Because it's what I do. I feel like since her relationship with Puffy and being exposed firsthand to a lot of stuff, including running 11 traffic lights with the cops following you after a shootout at the club and you're trying to get away and then you get arrested and shamed and you're on the cover of the New York Daily News and people are talking, all of a sudden the kinds of guys that you choose to be with are guys that you have a little bit more of a chokehold on. Like Ben Affleck. I picture Jennifer on top of Ben. And I picture Jennifer on top of Casper. And I don't picture Jennifer on top of Mark Anthony, even though he's a little man. But let me tell you something about that Mark Anthony. That Mark Anthony's a little man, but he has a nice swagger. Yes. So it's nice that you know, Puffy and Jen still have some sort of attraction to one another, because in that picture, yeah, there's some attraction on both parts. But nobody's going back to anybody. And in conclusion, that's it. You know, it's disgusting that we're still dealing with this black people catching cabs in Manhattan thing. You know, and Al Roker is the latest victim. Well, Al was with his son, and he was taking his son to a much-needed doctor's appointment. And that's his son. Can you imagine passing by these two? I mean, they look so innocent and lovely. They don't look like they have guns. Well, the cab driver passed Al and his son and picked up the white man instead. Now, white people, you know we talk race, so don't get all fidgety. But I'm telling you, there's something in this country called white privilege. Yes. And it's horrible that we still have to deal with it. Now, I don't feel, you know, somebody in my morning meeting said, well, and this is a white person, by the way, said, well, Wendy, maybe the cab driver passed Al because he doesn't like Al. I was like, oh, you nice white man. You sit down. He passed Al because Al is black. We know what it is. Now, I'm not a cab taker. You know, I prefer an Uber. You know, I don't go down in the hole, or I prefer to drive myself. But I did take a cab just to give a different presentation to my after show. If you ever watch the after show, it's at wendyshow.com. It's after the show, then I do a show. And so I took a cab early during the summer, last summer. And Tristan, my cameraman, was right behind me. And so I'm the one hailing the cab, and the cab driver doesn't stop. Now, mind you, I got a long, nice wig, and it's blowing. You know, and I'm serving spaghetti straps and a little leg, and I'm hailing, and people are high Wendying while I'm hailing. The cabs are just zoom, 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 zoom. No, don't worry. So then Charles says, Charles trying to walk away. Charles, he's my right-hand road dog. Charles says, well, Wendy, get back on the sidewalk. Let me get the cab. I'm like, look, Big Black. If they're not gonna pick me up, then they definitely aren't gonna pick you up. So then Charles takes the camera from Tristan, and Tristan's white. And Tristan hails the cab. Yeah. We had to have a hailation by Tristan in order to go someplace. So, well, you know, it is what it is. But you know what? Here's the thing. My thought with this Al Roker thing is, he filed papers and he's talking and he's complaining. Part of me feels as though it's partially a waste of time because it's a lot to get caught up in the court system about something like this. But the other part of me feels like lessons like this still need to be taught to everyone, but particularly our kids. Like, this was a great lesson for his son. You know, his son is growing up privileged in a multi-million-dollar household and might think that certain forms of racism just skirt over him when really it's important for him to understand that, nope, black is black to a lot of people and they just don't care. So, hey, Al. So, Kim Kardashian gives birth in a few weeks. She wants more than a baby, though. She wants a $1 million diamond choker push present. And that's it. That's the choker. It's pretty, though, right? But you could get something like that at Claire's. I'm all for push presents. I didn't ask for one, but I'm all for it. I feel like if we're gonna be laying on our backs for 9 months and then ripping our insides, turning them inside out, and sometimes if you push too hard, you get the hemorrhoids. And then, I feel like clap in the audience if you got a push present. Really? Wow, I thought they were more popular. For me, I was just so happy to have the baby. When I was on the bed rest for 9 months, I wasn't even thinking in my mind to ask for a push present. The present is, I'm a mom. And I think it's kind of cheesy to ask for a push present. It's kind of like, and men, you all watching, if you want to do something nice for your wife or your girlfriend after she has a baby, get her a little something, something. It doesn't have to cost a lot of money, but it's the thought that counts, like that she went through that extra effort. It shouldn't be something that girls ask for. I think it's cheesy. And then I was thinking, well, what did I get? What did I get? Okay, well, my ring finger, which is a size 6.5, blew up to a size 10. And I could only stand up for 15 minutes a day. And I only left the house once a week to go to the doctors. And my one request from my husband the whole time that I was pregnant was, please let us go to the doctors together. We're married and, there's such a stereotype on account of, like I'm not a baby's mother. I'm a wife having our kid. So my request was, every time I go to the doctors, you come. And then as my fingers started to grow and grow and grow and grow, I couldn't wear my rings. And so I asked him, but not in a whining way. I said, can you just get me another ring that matches, this ring, but in a bigger size so that we can look like married people going to, because we were married people. And so it wasn't a push present, but yeah, I got something besides the boy. Oh. Well, breaking up has just gotten a whole lot easier. And I'm a communicator, but I've given in. I'm all for this new site. There's a new site that'll do it for you. It's called Breakup Shop. They send text, call, an email, or a letter to the person you want to break up with. Now, let me just be more specific. You shouldn't be using this if you have a child with someone, because you're really never broken up, you're stuck. You shouldn't be doing this if you've been dating somebody for more than a year and a half. But to be with somebody for 6 months and want to break up, you shouldn't have to go see them in person. Because these days, you never know what people are on. They could pull a knife and want to get you. Like, people are crazy these days. So I think that this is a great idea. So I had the shop call and leave Suzanne a message. Let's hear it.
Hi, Suzanne. This is Mackenzie calling from the Breakup Shop. We're calling on behalf of Wendy, and we regret to inform you that Wendy is actually breaking up with you. And although we understand that you've had a good run and shared some great memories along the way, it is time to move on. So we do offer you our deepest sympathies and wish you all the best in the future. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
No! Suzanne, you're my road dog.
Yeah.
I was just joking.
Oh, thank God, thank you.
For now.
Okay.
No, but here's the thing. Like, but this is good because it doesn't have to be just about romantic relationships. It can be about friendships. You know how that, person that you've been friends with forever and you no longer have anything in common. You don't have to put your voice on it. They do it for you. And then that's it. And then you block that person's number and you never have to hear from them again. I think it's fantastic. Yeah. I do. Oh, God, here we go. It's windy. That means it's time for Wendy's windfall. Bring out the wheels, Suzanne. Oh, God, Suzanne. Suzanne.
Yeah.
Suzanne.
Yes.
What is growing out of your brain?
Well, it's cold out there, so I'm dreaming of a tropical location.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Good one. All right, well, let's meet today's contestant. Let's get him on the line. Is that real?
I'm still crying over the breakup.
Hello?
Hello, Doug Wood, is this you? In
Yes, Wendy, it's me.
In Wenatchee, Washington. How'd you know it was me? How you doing? Hi, Doug.
How you doing? Woo!
Doug,
Yes.
you're today's contestant on Wendy's Windfall. Have you been watching the show on KCPQ in Wenatchee?
All the time. My wife and I watch it together.
Perfect. All right. Suzanne's gonna spin the wheel and we're gonna find out how much you're playing for. Hit it!
Oh, sorry, Doug.
Money is money.
Oh, yeah.
Doug, you're playing for $1,000.
Yeah!
All right. Doug, I want you to listen closely because you have 15 seconds. Your first answer is the only answer, okay?
Okay.
All right. On yesterday's show, we had a fashion panel break down the red carpet looks from the American Music Awards. We talked about 2 singers that wore capes on the show. Name one. 15 seconds on the clock and go! He's not gonna get it.
Oh, I'm gonna get it.
You're cute.
Carrie Underwood.
Yes! Oh my gosh! Doug, you got $1,000, cutie. Thanks for playing with us,
so
Doug.
much,
Bye-bye.
Wendy.
If you want to win big money like Doug and Wendy's Windfall, be sure you watch every day. Don't walk out of the room because I might be calling you next.